When I'm evaluating content performance, I evaluate saves, comments, shares, profile visits, and inbound opportunities over just likes and impressions. If a post performs well, meaning I get a sale from it or it has a lot of engagement, I am going to repurpose that content over and over and over and over. So I'll show you guys how I do this. Every time I log on to LinkedIn, I can come over and I see the Taplio Chrome extension giving me my metrics right off the bat. This is super helpful because I can see my follower count, my impressions, engagement, and how that's averaging. What I also really like is I can find my top performing posts in my network, but I can also find my own top performing posts. So this is gonna show me my top performing posts. I love this because when I'm going to find what to repurpose, I can just go here and I can find a piece of content that I wanna repurpose. Okay, so how I'm gonna repurpose this, it's gonna copy my post to the clipboard. I'm gonna bring it over into Taplio and I'm going to repurpose it, and then I'm gonna schedule it out for maybe like a month from now. I posted that a month ago, so I'm scheduling that out for a month from now. I love repurposing content. Y'all, if I have a piece of content that performs well, I am repurposing it literally every single month for the next 6 months. I am not kidding. You do not have to come up with new content ideas every day. So my method, I find what's working with other people, I recreate that for myself, and once it performs well, I repurpose it again and again and again and again. Now, you can also kind of adjust it a little bit if you want to change out the hooks when you repurpose it, etc. That's fine. But I really encourage you guys to repurpose, and it's easy when you can see all of your top performing posts, you know exactly what to repurpose. It's really cool too because on Taplio, the Chrome extension, you can see other people's top performing posts. So I showed you guys the viral section where you can see like in general, or you can look for certain keywords, look in your network of what's performing well. But if I'm inspired by someone, if I'm inspired by Jasmine, I can actually go to his page and see all of his top performing posts. If I'm inspired by Victoria, I can go to Victoria's page and see Victoria's top performing posts. And again, I can find patterns and recreate them on my own. So I find this pattern, who do you credit for changing your life? Mine is Yasmin. I can go make my own post about one person that inspired me in my life. When I measure my performance with Taplio, I log on every single day to LinkedIn. I look at my followers, impressions, engagement, profile views. This gives me a really good understanding of kind of where I'm at. So again, my workflow is I identify high performers, number one. I go to the Taplio viral post section and identify what's performing well. That is step one in my workflow. I am not gonna post something if I don't know that it works. Like maybe I'm like lazy in my LinkedIn content, but I'm not gonna go through the experiment myself. These other people have done the experiment and I can find their top performing posts. I also really like the concept stealing like an artist. Austin Kleon has a book called Steal Like an Artist, and it's basically how to ethically find inspiration from others without actually stealing. So I identify high performers. I look at the viral post tab and I look at people's content that's performing well. Then I analyze the structure and the hook. So what are the repeating patterns? This post is talking about outliers. I'm gonna make a post about outliers. This post is talking about somebody that inspired them. I'm gonna make a post about somebody that inspired me. This post is talking about a contrarian take in their industry. I'm gonna go post about a contrarian take in my industry. You can understand why it worked, adapt it to your voice, and you can schedule it out. And I'm gonna show you guys that a little more in depth. So again, you're gonna identify your high performers, you're gonna look at the viral tab, see what's already working, or you're gonna use the Chrome extension if you wanna look at an individual. I just love the Chrome extension because I'm already poking around LinkedIn so much that when I find somebody, I just love using it. Then you find the repeating patterns. So I'm looking at Alex Hormozi's LinkedIn profile and I'm looking at his top performing post. This top performing post is about how, like his mother. This top performing post is a timeline about his life. And this top performing post is about being in a bad mood. So immediately what I see as these repeating patterns is they are personal, they are vulnerable, they are showing failures, they are showing his humanity. Alex Hormozi's top performing LinkedIn posts are not posts that are like, oh bro, you gotta grind harder, you gotta work harder. No, it's actually quite the opposite. Alex Hormozi's top performing LinkedIn posts are vulnerable and they're sharing his failures. So immediately the post that stands out to me is this one. 23 years old, left my consulting job. 24 years old, opened 5 gym locations. 26 years old, closed down the 6th gym, lost everything. And he goes on and on to share different milestones of his life. So immediately what I'm gonna do is I am going to go and plug this into the Taplio post generator, and I'm going to share a couple of notes. So I'm gonna share, I'll show you guys kind of like how I would do this. I actually think I have this in a draft right now. Yes, okay. So I'm going to give the post generator kind of the idea. I'm gonna say, hey, I want to make a post that chronicles my career timeline by year. You can have chat assist come up with a post. Do you guys use Whisperflow? I'll show you guys how I do it. Hey, chat assist. So I really want to create a post where I'm talking about the timeline. I'm chronicling the timeline of my career. And in this timeline, when I was in 2017, I graduated. In 2018, I quit my first job. Then I got unemployed in 2019. In 2021, I was laid off. And I really want the purpose of this post is to be vulnerable and to show others that having a inconsistent career, having a career that's not linear is okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in the AI assist. I'm going to generate a post, and this is already in my drafts, but we can ask it again. And it's gonna give you a post. Super, super cool. And what's really cool about this AI assist is it's actually generated for LinkedIn. It is generated for LinkedIn, like it understands the LinkedIn algorithm in a way that like ChatGPT or Claude just doesn't do. I think ChatGPT and Claude are great. They're really helpful. I use them a lot in my content, but the problem with that when you're creating content is if you go tell ChatGPT, hey, make me a LinkedIn post, it's gonna make you the most boring LinkedIn post you have ever seen that is just not optimized at all for LinkedIn because it's reading, honestly, the kind of sucky LinkedIn post. So what's really cool about Taplio Pro and using the AI assist is it actually, again, has that entire library of viral posts. So it already understands the patterns. And yes, I showed you guys how to identify the patterns, how to identify what's a good hook or whatever, but you actually don't have to do that because the AI assist can do that for you. The AI assist already knows what's a good hook. It already knows how to format something really well for LinkedIn. Right? Like you can see it's got these natural line breaks. It's got kind of like a LinkedIn optimized voice in where other platforms just don't do that. What's really cool too is let's say like, oh, this is a little bit too casual. I want to make it more formal. It's a little bit too formal. I want to make it more casual. And it's going to make those edits for you. And again, you can actually schedule this right here. You can post it or you can schedule it. Amazing. It's incredible. Okay. So again, adapting to your voice, you can just give it straight feedback and say, actually, I want you to make this in the voice of like a sassy young woman, or you can just click these buttons. Super cool. So Taplio helps you spot trends instantly. It really helps you organize your ideas and put those out in a logical fashion. Like you can schedule out your content, you can bulk create your content, and you already have a base of content, so you're not starting from scratch. You don't have to create this big elaborate strategy because other people are doing it and the AI is identifying what's working. Like it's amazing. It's literally eliminating so many functions. It also helps you make smarter content decisions. So in the content you are creating, you know that it already performs well.